PlayStation.
This is my time. I'm seizing the moment cause I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the dark cause I'm bringing the light with a nice dawn. I shine on. See it coming, I don't need a sign. Just a moment, I'ma make it mine. This is my time. My time now. My time.
PlayStation.
Play it with Xbox Game Pass.
No Zeus.
Of course.
All right, one more time.
Stupid boy. You shall never reach the surface. You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
The Olympians shall make powerful allies. You can turn back, or I can send you home the painful way. What'll it be?
I'll have to go with the painful way. That was for last time.
Peggy 16.
Giving engines full power!
Think you can escape?
This is gonna be close!
Pilots, you are the Empire's strength. We do not accept defeat.
Remember why we fly. For hope. For the new republic.
Vengeance will be ours.
Seize that moment.
When the perfect shot makes history.
5 pilots.
1 squadron.
The galaxy's finest.
is where he resides. Hunting them at the far reaches of the earth and beyond. And with him lies our salvation. There is only one dominant life form in this universe, and it carries a steel-barreled sword of vengeance. Welcome home, Great Slayer. Slayer's time is now.
I'm gonna find. And I'm gonna kill. Every last one of them. PlayStation.
I'm here. So what's the plan?
If we can get this weapon, what we're doing here could change things forever.
There's no straight shot to the vault. I'm gonna head inside, find a way out. Got it.
I'm with you every step of the way.
You're gonna need a gun! Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now!
Combine chatter's really picking up. They know you're coming. You need to get out of here, now. Oh, God.
They've got Dad.
They're gonna find out what he knows, and then they're gonna kill him.
All this is my fault. I never told you. I couldn't. I'm so sorry, baby.
You will not save him. Alyx Vance alone cannot prevent his fate.
Close your eyes, honey!
Oh, I'm ready. Big operation they have here.
Just getting started.
Just what I need. Quite the excitement.
I'm listening. Now's the time.
Let's catch a few bandits.
Everything getting harder to find. Everybody jumping out of their mind. Everybody going out of their skin. See, we get to the end, but that's where we begin. You feel it?
No time to rest. By my calculations, our enemies are already moving against us. We will prevail.
We're only here to make you go!
Typhon is free. You need my help. Let the tale of Phoenix be my redemption. Oh, no, not another of your boring stories. How long is this going to take?
We don't have much time. He will be here soon. You're the only one who can stop Typhon from remaking the world.
I was a shield bearer. I tell stories. I'm not in stories.
You're literally all we've got.
I'm going to need allies to go up against Typhon.
The vanquished gods need to be reunited with their severed essences.
Aphrodite? Hephaestus? Athena? I'm looking for Ares.
I am he! Fuck off!
That prophecy is yours. What do you want?
To be a hero.
Now we're talking! You want this glory? Seize it! May the light of 1,000 forges guide your way. Typhon grows stronger by the hour. I swear to you that soldier shall be our salvation.
Now it's up to me to prove it.
Immortals Phoenix Rising, available December 3rd.
Windborn Outlander. As you set off on your journey once again, you must remember that the journey itself has meaning.
Defeating that monster might remove this strange wind current seal thingy around the Statue of the Seven. Venti, the bard that sits around doing nothing all day?
He was once such a gentle child, now so full of rage and suffering.
I will not stand for such impertinence!
To ashes!
I, Fischl, Prinzessin Dürfe Ertelau. Eat this!
Let's dance! If I tell you the story with a performance, will you believe me?
Time for takeoff! Sacred name, Fortune Preserver. One step closer. Maybe soon I shall finally uncover the truth of this world.
I swear by my sword!
With sword comes shadow. Flame into light!
Verdict is...
PlayStation.
Whoa. I just got hit with a flood of memories.
Love you, Mom.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Yeah. It doesn't matter that they don't believe us.
We all believed that what happened that night was self-defense. But we couldn't be sure.
It doesn't matter that they kept us apart.
Brother, sister, we look out for each other.
It doesn't matter that finding the truth feels impossible.
We're all done with fairy tales.
The only thing that matters is you're my brother. And the only way to move forward is to keep looking back.
We've been getting these visions whenever we see or hear something really emotional. Everything we thought we knew about Marianne just got thrown out the window.
She loved you. She attacked you. We both saw it.
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives.
Nothing good comes from stirring up old memories.
We don't really have a choice about that.
There's always a choice, son.
I can't do this.
Stop!
London is in a death spiral.
Move in and lock down the city.
Destruction is always the cure.
The city needs a resistance, and it starts with you. Let's take back London.
Gaming has always been a great escape.
Think you can escape?
And we needed it more than ever in 2020 as games took us away on amazing journeys.
I'm with you every step of the way.
Let us experience the impossible.
They need you.
And most importantly, helped us stay together. It's time to celebrate and say thank you to all the games and people who made them possible. IGN is proud to present the 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards. And despite still being apart, we're coming together and staying connected thanks to the power of Discord, the essential communication app of IGN Global Studios. The 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards begins right now. Hello and welcome to the 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards presented by Discord. I'm Akeem Lawanson, and joining me for the next hour to present these prestigious and awesome awards is my good friend Brian Altano.
What's up, Akeem? That's right, this is the South by Southwest Gaming Awards. They've long recognized the finest games and most creative individuals in the games industry, and we here at IGN are going to be bringing you their selected game titles in various categories, ranging from excellence in game design and narrative all the way up to their final selection of Game of the Year. Plus, along the way, we'll also have cool little treats and surprises that we're going to be sprinkling throughout the show, as they say. Isn't that right, Akeem?
Hell yeah, Brian. Now, come on. How can you have an award show without sprinkling little treats here and there? It's an award show. It's what we do. We've got an awesome gameplay breakdown of Zombieland VR, a special announcement from the director of the upcoming Resident Evil movie reboot, as well as some messages from the developers behind the games your left and right thumbs just couldn't get enough of. I don't know, is that weird to say? Left and right thumbs? Probably too specific. I mean, like, what if you're playing on PC, then using the keyboard or mouse? Or maybe, I don't know, you're playing on phone and you're just using an index finger. You know, let's be all inclusive here. We'll have discussion blocks from some of the winners your hands just couldn't get enough of. Yeah.
Got really lost in the thumb stuff back there. Anyway, the South by Southwest Awards are decided by a group of judges composed of the South by Southwest staff. Along with an advisory board, the judges have curated an impressive list of nominees for each category, and we're honored to share them with you today. We'll be kicking things off with their awards and excellence categories, which celebrates and recognizes excellence in animation, narrative, technical achievement, audio design, score, multiplayer, and game design.
We'll also be presenting the South by Southwest Awards for their Game of the Year categories, which include Tabletop Game of the Year, VR Game of the Year, Indie Game of the Year, and overall Game of the Year. Now, these awards have been carefully selected by the South by Southwest team and not IGN, but you know what? We're excited to present them to you.
All right, without further ado, let's get into the awards. First up is the award for excellence in animation, art, and visual achievement. This award recognizes the game with well-designed and stunning visuals, including animation effects and graphics. Here are the nominees.
And the winner is Ghost of Tsushima. Congrats to the incredibly talented team at Sucker Punch Productions for this absolutely great and great-looking video game.
Now, there are a million stunning animations in Ghost of Tsushima, from the wind gently bending the trees to the slashing of swords during brutal, visceral combat, but my favorite is probably when you pet the fox, because he's cute. That fox is unavailable for comment, sadly. He's okay, he's just busy. But here's a short message from the fine folks at Sucker Punch on behalf of this award.
Thank you so much, South by Southwest, for this award. We were frankly just thrilled and excited to receive this. It was always our ambition to create a poetic, beautiful, throwback, respectful feudal Japan, and this award means that it resonated, and so it just means so much to us to get this award.
Yes, and it's great to be able to share it with the super talented team here at Sucker Punch. And also, we had the unique experience of working with external groups to make sure that we got everything from the mannerisms to the movement and combat just right. And it feels good that folks are acknowledging that.
Yeah, so thank you, Sucker Punch, for being an awesome team, and thank you to everyone who helped make this award real. We super appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the Sucker Punch team, and now the nominees for Excellence in Narrative, which celebrates the games with the best storylines and dialogue. Nearly every game has a story to tell, but some tell them so well they can even have the power to move us to tears. I'm crying right now. Here are the nominees for Excellence in Narrative.
I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead.
We'll face death and defend our home. I really hope you make it.
We don't have much time. He will be here soon.
Still hard to think of Mom as a politician. She's been a teacher my whole life.
And the winner is The Last of Us Part 2. Congratulations to Naughty Dog for taking this one home. This gut-wrenching, heartbreaking tale of survival, revenge, and rage will haunt us all forever. Now, here's what the team behind The Last of Us Part 2 had to say about winning this award.
This is quite the honor. We want to thank South by Southwest and every single fan that voted for us. Big thank you, obviously, to my co-writer and narrative lead, Hallie Gross, as well as our other writers, Josh Scher and Ryan James. And I just can't stress enough how much video games are collaborative art. So many of the great ideas that we had came from other members of the team. It took our entire studio and so many partners outside our studio to bring Ellie and Abby's very ambitious story to life. So on behalf of everyone at Naughty Dog, thank you.
Hallie and Neil, thank you so much for joining me today. Look, I want to chat The Last of Us Part 2. It's almost a year on. I've always described The Last of Us as zigging rather than zagging in the AAA space in terms of your storytelling. It goes where most sort of AAA games don't. Like, do you see that as a mission statement of the series, or is it something like way less contrived than that?
It's a partially me thing, Naughty Dog thing, is like that we want every game we put out there, every story to have weight and consequences. So it's like you shouldn't be able to remove any entry from a series and you wouldn't miss it. But especially, I guess, with The Last of Us, because it has so much weight and, death and consequences, that we knew there was, certain choices in the story that there's no coming back from, no matter how much some people would beg us to come back from that.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed? Get this over with.
I think back even to Uncharted 4, where we couldn't necessarily kill somebody off just because it wasn't the right tone for it, but still wanted to have weight and show that there's a permanent change to the characters and their arcs. So that's something, when Hallie and I were working on the stories, it's something we're very focused on, is like, how are all these characters changing where there's no turning back at the end of the story. They're all different people if they're still around. That was very important as we were putting the story together.
On that, we're talking tone, we're talking the Naughty Dog tone, the Last of Us tone. The Last of Us series is coming up. There are a lot of questions about this. Will it follow the story beats of the first or the second game closely? Or are you sort of more aiming for a flexible story with that same tone?
When we were wrapping up Last of Us 2, I would meet pretty regularly with Craig Mazin, who's the co-showrunner, executive producer on the show. Did Chernobyl, which was amazing and blew us away. And we talked about at length, about season 1 of the show is going to be game 1. And what are the philosophical underpinnings of the story? Like, those are the most important to get right. As far as the more kind of superficial things, is like, should the person wear the same plaid shirt or the same red shirt? Like, they might or might not appear in it. That's way less important to us than getting kind of like the core of who these people are and the core of their journey. But things sometimes stay pretty close, and it's funny to see like my dialogue there from the games and HBO scripts. And then sometimes they deviate greatly to much better effect because we are dealing with a different medium that, for example, in the game, there's so much action you have to train the player about mechanics. So you have to have more violence and like kind of more spectacle to some degree than you would need on the TV show because you don't need to train people on how to use a gun. So that's something that's actually very different. And HBO has been great in just like pushing us to really move away from just like hardcore action and more like focus on the drama of the character. And I've been really enjoying that. But some of my favorite episodes so far have deviated greatly from the story, and I can't wait for people to see them.
I know you wish things were different. I wish things were different. But they ain't.
What can I share that won't get me into too much trouble? I'm super excited about the casting we already announced with Ellie and Joel, and I can't wait for people to see what we saw in the people we put together. And then, screw it, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but I just saw the first prosthetic test for the clicker, and it's awesome. It's so rad to see this thing come to like physical life. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't say anything.
We are almost a year on from The Last of Us Part 2. It has an incredible fan base. Now that we're almost a year on, is there anything that you'd like to share to that fan base? It's some of the most loyal fans in the video game space are Last of Us Part 2 fans.
Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for encouraging more character development and storytelling. Thank you for embracing these flawed characters and this wild ride. And thank you for making the years and years we worked on it mean something.
Thank you so much, Neil and Hallie. It has been a pleasure talking to you both today.
Cool, thank you.
Always with you, Lucy.
Now, this next award is for VR Game of the Year. This award celebrates the game that exemplifies overall excellence in gameplay and design across any VR platform. Virtual reality gives us the chance to experience the sensation of exploring brand new worlds and feeling like we've actually gone there, which is more important now more than ever, especially since we're just at home in our apartments most of the time. Anyways, here are the nominees.
And the winner for VR Game of the Year is Half-Life Alyx. Congrats to Valve for this long-awaited and utterly magnificent return for the Half-Life franchise. Gamers waited for what felt like an eternity for another entry in the Half-Life series, and Half-Life Alyx more than delivered. Let's hear from the team behind this awesome VR game.
Tom Marks here with Robin Walker from Valve. Robin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So congratulations, first of all, and I want to dig into kind of Half-Life Alyx, but also the future of kind of what you see as this medium, because Half-Life Alyx, its launch reminded me a lot of Half-Life 1 in a lot of ways, where it sort of came out and everyone was like, oh, like this is how VR games can be, in the same way that Half-Life 1 came out and like kind of changed people's perceptions of what a first-person shooter campaign could be. So I'm curious from one of the people that sort of did what a lot of people see as push this medium forward, like what do you see as the future of VR kind of AAA experiences like this going forward?
You know, in those first few years, I think there was, we observed there was a lot of focus on the mechanics. How do we do things in VR? When we think of mechanics, there's sort of a conversation between developers and players, right? Like the way we might think of some particular element of a first-person shooter as being solved in that both developers know sort of, the sort of standard way to do it, and players are used to that, and so you sort of both have to have been involved in the creation of those. And so, in those early years of VR, there's a lot of focus on how do we do those things again? How do we as developers put together potential solutions to those, and how do customers react to them? What ones do they sort of cotton on to? What do they like? But one of the reasons we sort of moved to Alyx, or we felt like we were ready to start Alyx, was we felt like we were past that point. Like we could now, there was enough of the groundwork could be done on mechanics that we could really focus now on content. How do we build a game on top of these mechanics? Because as much as all of us developers love mechanics, and solving them and so on, they're like big fun puzzles to work on, it's pretty clear from the history of video game sales that customers care about content a lot. I think more so than developers. I mean, they care about the mechanics that underlie that content, but at the end of the day, the content matters a heck of a lot. So we felt like Alyx, now we could really focus on that content. So I think, if I had to guess, I think the next few years we're going to see a bunch more of sort of other kinds of games come to VR and have that rich content in addition to just the mechanics. And then in between that, I would expect we're going to start seeing, in the ways that as we did that translation of sort of Half-Life into VR, we're able to start seeing the ways in which VR could add to Half-Life.
It was very interesting to sort of see this other perspective, right, of what was traditionally a slightly smaller character than Gordon Freeman. Are you guys looking at any more ideas of like deep digging into that lore and that kind of side stuff of characters like Judith or anybody like that?
Not that anything we'd like to talk about. I mean, I think we've tried to build characters in Half-Life IP that stretch beyond just the sort of, being a combat buddy or something. And so I think that always affords us the opportunity to see what customers are interested in, what kind of conversations they're having, what kind of things they're theorizing or talking amongst themselves about, and let us respond to that.
And I have to ask, it's been a little bit longer since Alyx came out. Obviously, the ending, without spoiling anything, got a lot of people excited, got a lot of people sort of anticipating that some sort of follow-up to episode 2 might be hot on its heels. Can you tell us anything about that? Is that people just wildly speculating? Is that people getting too excited?
Well, I think hot on its heels might be a little bit optimistic. I think one of the things that was super rewarding about working on Alyx was to see that community reaction, both to the game itself, which we were super happy with at the end of the game. At the point we shipped it, we were very happy with what we created, and we were really excited for people to get their hands on it. The story, the in particular, sort of what happens at the end, was something that we were much less confident in. We were confident in the choices we made and we really liked them, but we just, in terms of our ability to predict how people were going to react. And so, the reaction from people to the story and the narrative choices we made at the end have been really energizing is probably the right term. And so we're really excited to keep going there.
Up next, we're checking out a gameplay breakdown for the upcoming Zombieland VR game, Zombieland VR Headshot Fever. Let's check it out.
Woo! That's how you make a mother entrance.
What's up, zombie killers? Golden Boy here, and welcome to the first ever Zombieland Invitational, where only the fastest, strongest, baddest sea-brainers survive. Literally. Let's get right into the undead action and meet our competitors that are looking to shoot, kill, and speed run their way to the top of the leaderboard. In our first semi-final round, Cerberus Arms will be raising the bar and some hell before Nazy does her best to prove herself as an Outbreak star. Cerberus Arms is up first. And that's a nice combo.
Oh, that combo.
Double tapping builds adrenaline, slowing down the timer. Cerberus Arms proves himself to be a serious threat with a 30-second runtime. Next up, Nazy. Off to a strong start, headshots are key in this zombie killing race. It's a race to the finish line, but will her time hold up against stiff competition? It's a killer 49.6 seconds. Oh, not fast enough for Nazy. In Zombieland, she may be better off undead. Welcome to our second semi-final match in the zombified offices of Smart Tick Technologies. We've got Project Jamesify going headshot to headshot against Dan Reichert. Jamesify is off to a positively lethal start with that opening combo. Take an aggressive approach here and rocking a dual-wield stance to take down enemies, he looks unstoppable.
That is pretty good, man. Come on now.
Next up, Dan Reichert. Oh, he forgot to reload. And a couple missed shots will hurt an already troubled run. Better luck next time, Dan. Nobody becomes the quickest killer in Zombieland without some practice. Jamesify is moving on to face Cerberus Arms in our Hellfire Finals. Cerberus Arms is a shooting specialist, and his Weaver stance makes him super accurate, racking up combo after combo. Ever the perfectionist, he posts an incredible time, but clearly isn't confident.
52, terrible.
Next up, Project Jamesify. Jamesify is motivated, but will this be the run? A super swift combo on the first encounter leads to headshot after headshot. This Z-Killer is unstoppable.
It's gotta be a good one. 49 seconds!
Whoa, congrats on proving yourself to be the fastest Z-Raiser in all of Zombieland. Sony Pictures VR and XR Games, in collaboration with VR Master League, are proud to invite you to the Zombieland Invitational. Sign up and learn more at www.zombielandvrgame.com.
Well, well, well. Looks like we got ourselves a good old video game trailer. Welcome back to Zombieland. No wandering around, no atmospheric BS.
So many headshots you could cast a movie.
Only the fastest and the deadliest motherfuckers make it onto the leaderboard.
Pop those zombie heads.
Sure, it's got shooting, but this ain't just about brain and Z's. This is a goddamn zombie-killing race. 2 headshots in a row triggers adrenaline mode. It's like bullet time, but better.
I'm ready if you're ready.
So limber up and get ready for wall-to-wall hellfire. Go fast, shoot for the head. Don't suck.
That was Zombieland VR Headshot Fever, the 90s light gun inspired horror VR game coming to Oculus Quest and various other VR platforms this spring. We're going to take a quick break, but there's lots more South by Southwest awards up ahead, so stick around.
The 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards are presented by Discord. Did you know you can use Discord for so much more than gaming? Keep in touch with friends. No matter where you are, Discord brings us all together. So share your screen with a friend and browse YouTube together, talk about your favorite blogs, or track down that Sonic fan art you found late at night. Coming up next, the awards for excellence in audio design and tabletop game of the year, and later, game of the year.
Everybody loves watching a speedrun of their favorite game, but what if you got a chance to peek into the mind of the developers behind those games as they watch their hard work get completely destroyed right in front of them?
What is happening right now?
That's exactly what happens on every episode of Devs React to Speedruns. We invite you to ride along with the developers as they watch, react, and enjoy some of the craziest gameplay by the most skilled speedrunners on the planet. Tune in every Saturday for a brand new episode.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
Still using those tiny phones and tablets to watch IGN? Give your eyeballs a rest because IGN has moved to your living room. Get first looks and in-depth reviews of the most talked about titles.
Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Pleasure to be here. And take a front row seat to the biggest events of the year. Tune in on your Samsung TV Plus, Pluto, and Flex, and take a load off. Tune in to IGN 1.
Welcome back to the 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards. Now, up next is the award for excellence in audio design. Yes, video games are largely a visual medium, but their sound design is more important than ever before. Now, this award recognizes the games with the most outstanding and impactful sound effects. Here are the nominees.
And the winner is Doom Eternal, this rippin' and tearing, bloody violent rush through hell and back, developed by id Software and Bethesda, features incredibly visceral and satisfying audio. Let's hear what the team behind Doom Eternal had to say about winning this award.
Hey everybody at South by Southwest, my name is Chad Mossholder. I'm the lead audio designer here at id Software, and I'm incredibly honored to accept this award for excellence in audio design for Doom Eternal. On behalf of the amazing audio team we have here at id, Ben Carney, David Gilbreth, Austin Duffy, and myself, thank you. I'd also like to thank ZeniMax Studios for making everything possible. I'd like to thank Marty Stratton and Hugo Martin for your incredible vision and tireless work to create our games. I'd like to thank our audio programming team, Carson Fee and John Michael Quinlan. Without you guys, none of this would work, so thank you. And most importantly of all, I'd like to thank the fans who love and play our games every day. We do everything for you guys. You guys are the best. So keep on killing demons. We love you. Thanks.
Man, I gotta tell you, they absolutely nailed what it sounds like to rev up a chainsaw in hell, Brian. Bravo.
How would you even know what that sounds like, Akeem? You haven't done that.
I'm not telling you, baby. And now for our next award, the award for excellence in score. This award celebrates the games that best exemplify artistic excellence in musical score and how it progresses the narrative of the game. And the nominees are...
And the winner is Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Gigantic shout out to Moon Studios for this beautiful and magical game series with an equally fantastic soundtrack. Here's what the developers had to say.
Hello everyone, my name's Gareth Coker and I'm the composer for Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I'm delighted to be here at the South by Southwest Gaming Awards, albeit virtually, to accept the award for excellence in musical score. First and foremost, I want to thank all of the musicians and crew who touched this soundtrack in some way. Your work turned out tremendously. Thank you so much. Ori's been part of my life for the best part of a decade now, and I've had amazing support from my friends and family throughout, so thank you to them. Also, thank you to Moon Studios and Microsoft for giving me this unbelievable canvas to work on. Last but not least, you, the fans, thank you for your feedback, your comments. It's been amazing seeing all of your reactions on Twitch and YouTube. You're the reason why I get out of bed in the morning to write music. I will keep trying to do my best and write music that you enjoy listening to. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of the show.
Up next, the nominees for excellence in technical achievement. Now, this award celebrates the games that push the capabilities of technology and programming furthest or most effectively. And the nominees are...
And the winner for excellence in technical achievement is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Congrats to Microsoft and Xbox Game Studios for taking home this award. Microsoft Flight Simulator launched in a year where actually flying somewhere became a lot less common than usual, so it could not have come at a more perfect time. Here's a few words from the team behind Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Hello, South by Southwest. On behalf of all the teams involved, I am very honored and humbled to accept the award for excellence in technical achievement. Microsoft Flight Simulator is one of the longest running series in computer entertainment, going all the way back to 1982, and it has a very dedicated and knowledgeable audience called flight simmers. Before we ever started production on the new sim, we asked them what the key feature for them was, and they said it was VFR, visual flight rules, on a global scale. What that means in practice is that a pilot can just look outside the window and orient themselves based on the terrain below. What it meant for us was that we had to create a digital twin, accurate across the entire planet, including an accurate atmospheric system. This required expertise and knowledge from across disciplines and across the planet, and there are lots of people to thank. At the core of it all is Asobo Studios, a great team from France that became aviation experts in the almost 6 years of production. But we were also able to tap into the knowledge and technology of Bing Maps, Azure Machine Learning, Azure Cognitive Services, because the cloud is really what makes this project possible. There are lots of other expert companies like Meteor Blue, Black Shark, NavBlue, FlightAware, and dozens of others. And a very special thanks has to go to the Flight Sim community, who have embraced us since the day we announced, and their input and their feedback and expertise is making the sim better every single day. As a development team, we think of ourselves on a 10-year journey, and it's just incredible to think what technology might allow us to do in the years ahead. So thank you so much for this award.
All right, next up, the award for Tabletop Game of the Year. Now, video games are cool, but sometimes it's nice to give your television a nap so you can play a game on a large table. Your television works really hard and it's very tired, so give it a nap. Here are the nominees for Tabletop Game of the Year.
And the winner is The Search for Planet X. Congrats to Renegade Game Studios on this win. Now, Planet X is a complex puzzle game where you use logic to find out where everything is, racing to the ultimate goal of finding Planet X. It's like playing bingo if bingo involved logic and not a person yelling letters and numbers at you. Here are the fine folks behind The Search for Planet X.
Whoa, thank you so much for voting The Search for Planet X Tabletop Game of the Year. Everyone here at Renegade Game Studios is incredibly honored. We love the game, and we love the fans who voted for the game. Thank you so, so much. But we couldn't have done it without our partners over at Foxtrot. So here's Randy Hoyt to say a few words on their behalf.
On behalf of everyone who worked on The Search for Planet X, Ben Rossett, Matthew O'Malley, John Schulters, and the rest of the team, I want to say thank you for this award. Working with this talented team was a fantastic experience. It has been so rewarding to see our game bring such delight into the world and to see it resonate with so many of you. We are honored to receive this award. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more South by Southwest Gaming Awards right after this. So hang out, get comfy, relax. We will be right back, so stick around.
The 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards are presented by Discord. Did you know you can use Discord for so much more than gaming? Create study groups, collaborate and connect with friends and colleagues anytime in a voice channel, ask questions, screen share specific problems, or simply enjoy each other's company in silence as you cram for your next big test. Coming up next, the awards for excellence in multiplayer, Indie Game of the Year, and later, Game of the Year. Still using those tiny phones and tablets to watch IGN? Give your eyeballs a rest because IGN has moved to your living room. Get first looks and in-depth reviews of the most talked about titles.
Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Pleasure to be here.
And take a front row seat to the biggest events of the year. Tune in on your Samsung TV Plus, Pluto, and Flex, and take a load off. Tune in to IGN 1.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
Welcome back to the South by Southwest Gaming Awards presented by IGN. Now this next award is for excellence in multiplayer. This award recognizes the games with the best player-to-player interaction experiences. Here are the nominees for excellence in multiplayer.
And the winner is Deep Rock Galactic. No surprise here. You know, last year here at IGN, we gave Deep Rock Galactic a 9 out of 10, aka amazing. Shout out to the creators of Deep Rock Galactic. And now here's a word from the fine folks over at Ghost Ship Games.
Yes! Yes! Thank you very much. My name is Mikkel Martin Petersen, and I am the game director of Deep Rock Galactic.
I'm Søren Lundgaard. I'm CEO of Ghost Ship Games, and we are very grateful to get this award in multiplayer. This is a co-op game. This is definitely our kind of award.
Yes, and we would like to say a big thank you to the whole team at Ghost Ship Games for being part of making an amazing game.
And thank you to Coffee Stain Publishing for being with us all along the way. And of course, our family and friends for supporting us.
And last but not least, we would like to say a big thank you to our fans who have been a big part of our journey. And we have something for you. Rock and Stone!
Up next, the award for excellence in game design. Now this award is for the game with the best overall design concept, gameplay mechanics, and best execution. Here are the nominees for excellence in game design. And the winner is Hades! Congratulations to Supergiant Games for this amazing win. Video game fans everywhere can't get enough of this roguelike action RPG featuring tons of weapons and even more shirtless gods. Here's what the folks behind Hades had to say.
Hello, I'm Amir Rao, the studio director of Supergiant Games, and I am here with Gavin, Greg, Ed, and Alice, and we are the design team for Hades. Thank you very much to the judges of South by Southwest for honoring our game with this award, especially in a year with so many innovative and engaging and engrossing games. We just like to thank our team that we work with, who we often feel we're sort of chasing them in the beautiful art, music, and technical execution, and trying to sort of hold up our end of the bargain. Hades wouldn't be what it is without the support of all our colleagues and also all our players in early access. So thank you again. We really appreciate it. Bye now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Up next, the award for Indie Game of the Year. Now, this category celebrates the indie games that exemplify overall excellence and create a distinct gaming experience across all platforms and genres. And the nominees for Indie Game of the Year are
And the winner is Deep Rock Galactic. Congrats to Ghost Ship Games for creating this fantastic game. Now, here are the folks from Ghost Ship to accept this award.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's really cool. Indie Game of the Year. That's amazing. We didn't expect that.
No.
We are so happy to be in this category of so many cool indie games, and then winning it. That's
beyond amazing.
That is beyond amazing.
Yeah. And I think that winning for best indie title is just so cool, especially because I think most innovation in game design is happening on the indie scene.
Looking at the Steam charts and all the cool games there are indie games. So being among those, that feels really good.
Yes.
And thank you again to all our fans for supporting us and bringing us to this.
This award means a lot to the whole team at Ghost Ship Games. Thank you. And let's do it again.
Yes,
Rock and Stone.
Okay, you know what? We're going to take a quick break, but first, here's Lucy O'Brien, who's going to try to ask Resident Evil movie reboot director Johannes Roberts as many questions as she possibly can in 60 seconds, plus a very special announcement. Let's take a look.
Hello, I am here with Johannes Roberts, director of the upcoming Resident Evil movie for Sony Pictures. Johannes, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions and you have to answer them in 60 seconds. Let's go. Does the story pick up on Game 1 and move into Game 2, or do the events happen more or less concurrently during one night?
It happens over one night in Raccoon City.
How closely are you sticking to the story beats of the first and second games?
Fans will recognise a lot from the first and second games, whilst there's a lot of fresh and new stuff in there as well.
Can we expect to see some of the fan favourite Resident Evil creatures in this film?
Yes, you can expect to see a lot of them.
We know this movie will feature the mansion. Will the police station feature as well?
Police station will feature very heavily, yes.
Is this film set in 1998? And if so, do the 90s play a role in this movie?
It is in 98, and yes, the 90s do play a role.
Who would you say is the protagonist in this movie out of Jill, Chris, Claire, and Leon?
It's very much an ensemble piece.
What is the official name of the Resident Evil movie?
It is Welcome to Raccoon City.
The 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards are presented by Discord. Did you know you can use Discord for so much more than gaming? Create together. Thanks to low latency voice channels, smoothly kick off creative brainstorms, hold a writer's room where everyone can be heard, and even run audio samples by each other. Coming up next, the Matthew Crump Cultural Innovation Award and Game of the Year. Still using those tiny phones and tablets to watch IGN? Give your eyeballs a rest because IGN has moved to your living room. Get first looks and in-depth reviews of the most talked about titles.
Thank you so much for chatting with me.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And take a front row seat to the biggest events of the year. Tune in on your Samsung TV Plus, Pluto, and Flex and take a load off. Tune in to IGN 1.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
welcome back to the 2021 South by Southwest Gaming Awards. Now up next, the Matthew Crump Cultural Innovation Award. This category recognizes the games that best challenge the norm of everyday gaming and offer a culturally innovative view of a game world, character, or gameplay. And the nominees are
And the winner is Dreams. Congrats to Media Molecule for creating Dreams, and also to the hundreds of thousands of amazing fan-made creations that make Dreams so special. Here's a word from the people who made Dreams come true.
Siobhan Reddy from Media Molecule, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a year since Dreams was released into the wild, and talking about Dreams like it's a regular video game is generally a mistake, since it's more of a creativity engine with players taking a lead in defining what it is. But that said, what are Media Molecule focusing on next, and have any of your goals evolved since launch?
Dreams is a live service, so we are fully committed to, sticking within the world of Dreams, and that means, looking at ways to evolve it. And so, like, one of the most, the coolest things that we did at the end of last year was we hired a curator, and he's sort of come in and given this sort of new lens to the Dreamiverse, which has sort of really, enhanced the experience and really helped, helping along that journey for sort of players to find the content that they want. We love what everybody has made in the Dreamiverse, and we love our creators. And the next sort of phase for us is really about thinking about the player audience. We have talked about multiplayer, we have talked about social, we have throughout last year, we sort of made a bunch of collaborative experiences with Dreamscom and with All Hallows Eve. And those have been really inspiring for us to be able to see, like, what would it be like to do all of this together? And, so within the Media Molecule, like right this moment, we're actually sort of doing the first strategy work of what are those next steps and what strategies do we put in place.
For year one of Dreams, Media Molecule released a highlight video celebrating milestones such as community creations updates, jams, holiday-centric creations, and even a Kiwi beach in real life. What's coming up in year two?
The future, when you're making a creation platform, is always surprising, because we have people out there working on things and we don't even know what they are yet, We recently did the Impies, where we got to celebrate the creators of 2020. We're looking forward to, we'll repeat Dreamscom again this year and sort of see where that takes us, which is going to be very exciting. I think, for me, the exciting thing is seeing what recurring events the live team do each year, but then also seeing what new content the creators bring out, because that really is the thing that keeps us really surprised.
Your community is one of the best in games. I think it's well known. How have you been the most pleasantly surprised by your community?
I love seeing what people make. I love that experience of being in the studio and seeing someone on a screen that actually was a conversation at some point. I love the wackiness of the imagination. You cannot assume that any of us can understand the depths of each other's imaginations. And so the thing that constantly surprises me, it's not even a surprise, the thing that I love the most is how supportive our community are of each other. And you see, the comments in the game, or people giving people feedback on Twitter, or, giving support in the forums or on their streams or those sorts of things. And it does actually feel like a real sort of development community.
Siobhan, thank you so much. We can't wait to see where Dreams goes next.
Joining us now to present the biggest award of the show is Godzilla vs. Kong director Adam Wingard. Take it away, Adam.
A lot of elements that go into filmmaking applies to video games. You need to be able to come up with an idea that'll captivate an audience and bring them into the world that you're building. You need to be able to develop a story that's so captivating it pulls the audience in almost immediately. Most importantly, for both film and games, you need to create larger-than-life characters that the audience can latch onto. Be that in the literal sense, as with Godzilla vs. Kong, or figuratively, these traits not only signify a good game, but Game of the Year. South by Southwest Game of the Year award is for the game that exemplifies overall excellence and creates a distinctive gaming experience across all platforms and genres. Here are the nominees. And the winner of the South by Southwest Game of the Year award is Hades. Congratulations to the amazing folks over at Supergiant Games. To tell us more about what makes Hades so damn great, here's a discussion with Greg Kasavin, Creative Director at Supergiant Games.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin, Creative Director at Supergiant Games, and on behalf of our team, I wanted to say thank you so much from all of us for this incredible honor. Thank you to the judges at the South by Southwest Gaming Awards for recognizing our work on Hades in this way. We've always wanted to make games that could leave a lasting and positive impression, though we never could have expected that Hades would resonate with so many people out there. With everything that happened last year, we felt fortunate just to be able to finish our work, stick together and keep going. Though we're a pretty small team, we've had a ton of help and support along the way, so our gratitude extends to everyone who helped make Hades happen, from our partners at Epic and Nintendo at Steam, to our early access players who encouraged us all along the way and helped us realize the potential of this game, and especially to our families for their love and support and inspiration. Thank you.
Greg, thank you so much for joining us. Hades has been such a tremendous success, both critically and commercially. I guess my first question for you is, what does this megaton success mean for Supergiant Games and the studio at large moving forward?
We are blown away by the success. The really big thing it means is that we get to stick together and make more stuff. It's what we want to do. It's what we want the outcome of each of our projects to be. We're excited to keep going and figure out what are we going to do from here.
Well, congratulations to you and the team. As a big Supergiant fan, I can't wait to see what you're all up to next. But first, I wanted to go back and actually ask a little bit about some of the things that didn't come to pass in Hades. At one point, Theseus was supposed to be the main character of Hades, but I'm curious about other pantheons that you might have wanted to explore. Was there ever any conversation about, Norse pantheons of gods or Egyptian? Was there anywhere you wanted to go outside of the Greek gods?
Yeah, Greek gods was definitely the starting point for us. Myself and several of my colleagues, we grew up just kind of in love with Greek myth, fascinated by it. But of course, Norse mythology, Chinese mythology, Egyptian mythology, Hindu mythology. There are so many interesting, fascinating pantheons out there, and we have a few little sneaking references to some other pantheons in the scope of Hades, but of course it's still very focused on the underworld of Greek myth. Yeah, but it's really interesting to think about how they're all kind of connected. They're all part of our world.
You'll have a better home where you belong, here on Olympus. And to help you on your journey, have my blessing.
And then in consideration to a sequel, when we're talking about pantheons, are alternate pantheons, other godly pantheons, something that you would want to tie into a sequel to Hades?
Oof, it's way too early for us to say when it comes to something like that. But the really fun thing for us about Hades is that it's kind of the underworld's point of view on potentially all of human history. Hades includes references to things like King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table or the Epic of Gilgamesh. The sky's the limit, and in our world, all of these mythologies do kind of belong and coexist under one roof.
Yeah, I think one of the things that Hades does really, really well is in a way humanizing these Greek gods, really giving them a different kind of character than we've seen when we're talking about the Greek pantheon. There are so many characters. I wonder if there's any gods from the Greek pantheon that you wanted to have in the game but actually ended up on the cutting room floor.
One of the big ones we thought about going into the project was Apollo. Apollo is one of those iconic names from Greek myth. But when push came to shove and we were thinking about who is going to be the last Olympian we put in. We ended up going with Demeter, who is one of the, I think, kind of the least popular of the Greek gods, but she's so tied to the story and we felt like we had a point of view on her that felt distinct. So we decided to go with her. She bumped Apollo's slot there in that case.
Stupid boy. You shall never reach the surface.
So over the course of the last couple of years, we've seen some pretty tremendous success in video game adaptations. Some that come to mind, Castlevania on Netflix. Netflix is also doing a Dota adaptation coming up pretty soon. What would a Hades adaptation look like? Is that something that you and the team would be interested in?
Yeah, that's it's an exciting question to think about. We certainly have some ideas, though please don't read too much into this. There's kind of like, it's one of those things. It's fun to think about and dream about, despite not having any immediate plans for such things. But we've made the worlds of each of our games in such a way that they could support any number of stories. And with something like Hades, there's so many characters already in this game, and of course, the rest of Greek myth to draw upon, that it's easy to think about how there could be other stories in the setting. Though on a personal level, I am excited to see that there are these adaptations happening. It feels like video games, their time is imminent for this stuff, right? It's like there's no reason comics should have all the fun of having great adaptations. Video games should get in on it too.
Right on. Well, Greg, thank you so much for joining us today, and congrats to you and congrats to the whole Supergiant team. Looking forward to seeing what you all are up to next, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to Adam Wingard for presenting that last award, and congrats again to Hades for taking home the Game of the Year awards. Well, you know what? That about wraps it up for us here for the South by Southwest Gaming Awards. Thank you all so much for joining us today. A huge thank you to the fine folks at South by Southwest for curating these awards, and congrats to all the award nominees and winners. Yes, video games are more important now more than ever these days, and we are so honored to celebrate them with you all. So from everyone at South by Southwest and IGN and Discord, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Good night. Take care.
Everybody loves watching a speedrun of their favorite game, but what if you got a chance to peek into the mind of the developers behind those games as they watch their hard work get completely destroyed right in front of them?
What is happening right now?
That's exactly what happens on every episode of Devs React to Speedruns. We invite you to ride along with the developers as they watch, react, and enjoy some of the craziest gameplay by the most skilled speedrunners on the planet. Tune in every Saturday for a brand new episode.
Still using those tiny phones and tablets to watch IGN? Give your eyeballs a rest, because IGN has moved to your living room. Get first looks and in-depth reviews of the most talked about titles.
Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Pleasure to be here. And take a front row seat to the biggest events of the year. Tune in on your Samsung TV Plus, Pluto, and Flex, and take a load off. Tune in to IGN 1.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.